My fellow rant lovers, what it is, what it will be. Back with you. I'm a rant today. I got to, because every day something hits me that is just rant worthy, and today I really want to speak on something. Now, you hear my son, he in the back seat playing with his tablet, so you may hear that a little bit. Just try to ignore it. Listen, when it comes to guns in America, and specifically gun crimes, etc., I got maybe a complicated stance, but I don't think it's complicated. I think it's very straightforward and honest, okay? So I want to spell it out for y'all real quick. Some of you may know me from Street Beefs. I founded it back in 2008. I'm the creator. I built the org on the theory of guns down, gloves up. And I believe in that, right? But mistakenly, a lot of people that know that think that I'm anti-gun. And I'm not. Not at all. I think every American should have the right to own a firearm, etc. The problem is most Americans, I won't say most, but a lot, are not fit to own a firearm. Okay? Most Americans don't have a clue about, and we're not talking hunting rifles. We're not talking shotguns for hunting turkeys here. We are talking self-defense guns, pistols, ARs. Listen, the gun community gets touchy about it. Oh, it's not an assault rifle. Okay, well, whatever, that's fine. But I can tell you this, a motherfucker with an AR-15 can do a lot of damage. All you got to do is look at the damage that was done out at that Las Vegas shooting. Almost 60 people dead in a matter of minutes. Okay? So you don't got to call it an assault rifle. Call it whatever you want, but it's very effective. Okay? The problem is this. There's just not enough vetting. And NRA people, gun rights advocates, they hate this because they're afraid that more vetting is going to take away their rights. But the truth is this. If you're fit to own a firearm, any amount of vetting shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't. Okay? And, anybody that's got children, I'll tell you something. When I think about the Uvalde shooting, chills go down my spine. I'm a parent. I got 6 children. 2 of them toddlers. I could not imagine getting the phone call that some lunatic came into my kid's school and hurt them. Okay? And you say, well, Face, this is the big argument that I hate. Well, they're going to kill people one way or another. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. Oh, really? You're right. But guns make it way easier for people to kill people. Guns give people a more effective means to kill people. And I've heard, you could take a knife and kill people, a person that's determined. Yeah. Let me know when you see 60 people killed with a knife in a span of 20 minutes. I'll wait. Okay? I've even had people go so far as to point to the Oklahoma City bombing and say, well, they used a truck and fertilizer. Okay. But most people don't have the knowledge nor know-how to do that. That's A. And B, most people don't have the balls to do it. But the rifle or the handgun or even the shotgun, people, get those and they feel powerful. They feel powerful. Some people. And that's the problem, right? It's like this. Any gun owner should be lectured, should have to go through some real classes and be told, look, getting in an argument with some guy at the club and him punching you in the face, that's not a self-defense scenario where you can pull your firearm. getting in an angry exchange at a stop sign and getting out of your car and arguing and you guys shove each other, that's not a worthy self-defense scenario to pull your pistol. But there's people out there that really don't understand that. Listen, I did time in prison. And I talk to killers all the time. And, you know, I was one of the more nosy inmates in the sense that when I got to know somebody, I'd be like, yo, dude, so what happened with your case? You know, how'd you end up here? Which is kind of taboo in prison. You're not really supposed to get into people's cases. But I did. I talked to people. And, you know, there's one person in particular. A dude named Brian. We called him Green Eyes. He's a black dude. He had real bright green eyes. Everybody picked on him, called him a pretty boy. Well, he is from West Virginia. And long story short, it's him, his cousin, and his girl one night partying, drinking, so on and so forth. And for whatever reason, he tells his cousin and his girl he's going to go get more beer. And he leaves them there. I assume he trusted both of them. Comes back. His door's locked and he hears them having sex. So he starts kicking the door, so on and so. Finally, the girl opens the door just laughing at him. Yeah, I did it. So he pulls out a 44 and caps them. Kills both of them. Right? So he gets, you know, a ridiculously long sentence that it equated to life. And he was a young man, and he told me all the time, he said, Face, I wish I had never had access to a gun. He said, if I'd only had to fight that day, nobody would have died. He said, I'd have probably kicked her ass, kicked his ass, and left it at that. He said, but in that moment, having that gun right there, I just felt compelled to do it. And he said, now my life's over. And that's the thing. You take these combustible situations and you put a gun in somebody's hand that maybe should not have it, and this is what you get. And you say, well, Face, you know, who do we know maybe shouldn't have it? Listen, there's been people that have never been in trouble before that snapped and shot people. And again, part of it is not understanding that being angry doesn't give you a right to use your weapon. The only time you have a green light to use your weapon is when you can 100% say you are afraid for your life. And then, in most cases, you're going to have to prove that you were afraid for your life. Because there's been many shootings that look like clear self-defense where the person had to go to trial, and in some cases, they still got convicted. So I say all this to say, on one hand, I do believe citizens should have access to firearms. I don't like the gun right, that it's a right, because some people should not have that right. It's just, listen, folks, let me ask you this, and people aren't going to like what I'm about to say here, but it's the truth. Would you just let anybody in America babysit your kid? Of course not. Because you know some people out there are fucked up. So why would you say everybody in America should be able to own a gun? If they're not fit to babysit your kid, they're probably not fit to own a gun. You know, so I just think a better vetting process. That's my opinion. I don't think that everybody should have their guns taken. That's ludicrous. I just think they need to vet it better. And before somebody says, well, what's your solution, Face? I don't have a solution. I'm not a politician. It's not my job to have a solution. I'm just telling you what we're doing now ain't the answer. Motherfuckers are getting capped left and right. You know? Give me your thoughts below, okay? And for goodness sake, I hope you listened to the whole video and heard all my points before you come on here ranting. If you're going to rant, listen to my rant. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. See you next time. Peace.